Hello, hi, good evening, and welcome back to the Shadows We Fear here in Immersive Realms. Tis I, your ever so gracious host, Matt with Power, aka Chef, aka Matt, joined as always by my lovely peeps. Hello, my lovely peeps.
Hi,
Hello, Matt.
Hello.
Greetings.
How are we all?
we
I'm
are
good.
good.
Brilliant. Well, as per the tradition on this channel here, before we get into tonight's content, we're going to throw over to our lovely host, Andy. Andy, take it away. Is there anything to do?
Not host, but sure. Friendly doctor, you just put in chat that you just subscribed. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate it. He is one of our players on the Erzia campaign, which will be back at some point. I am working on it. But would you like to talk a little bit about Brother's Plate, Matt?
Yes, so me and Kilo here, my dear sibling, are now
Dear.
doing Brothers Plate, sorry, I do apologize. So
Brother's
we mentioned last week we were doing two streams instead. So my stream on a Monday of Boulder's Plate, and then Tuesday night's Brothers Gate. We then quickly realized actually you're gonna, as from a viewer's point of view, you're gonna see the same thing twice back to back. Why we just make it the one big stream. So now we have Brothers Plate 3, where I'm doing a chef's run. Lewis is a high gnome, or whatever the fuck you are, dwarf, whatever it is. It's great. Halfling, sorry. He's a
Exceptionally high.
exceptionally high Uncle Grumpkin. So come in and tune into the bullshit that is. As Uncle Grumpkin prospects and smokes all the finest Toby, and I'm whacking people with sausages. It's great fun. Come say hi
on Mondays.
on Mondays at 7:30.
Yes. And if you go to the VODs, you will see the first episode of Brother's Plate there. With also all the Shadows we fear, but minus some episodes because Twitch and me, I suppose.
Lost
Anyways,
forever, the mystery episodes.
yeah.
When they dig up our time capsule in 100 years' time, they're going to be very confused.
But as our community manager put in chat, go to the link tree and Discord for all the socials and come and join us in our wacky nonsense on Discord. But otherwise, I believe that's all I have for you guys. So I will throw it back to the DM. Whoosh. Nice
Good
catch.
one, mate.
Imagine he tried
Thank
to
you.
catch that and fell out of his chair.
It can easily happen one day. But as we have now been passed over, let us continue on with tonight's episode of The Shadows We Fear. Sit the fuck down and pay attention.
I'm getting fat, man.
I'll be a great
Down
teacher.
in front.
Andy, don't you fucking put your headset back on.
I nearly
Jesus
died here by
Christ.
swallowing my fucking spit. Anyway.
It's like trying to herd
I thought you were a
fucking
spitter,
beasts. Anyway, last we left off, our party, the Twilight Company, had made their way into the Great Everby Lake in order to finally put a nail in the coffin to a bitter war that had been kicking off with a aforementioned boogeyman of Lorenthal by the name of the Creed of Creation, Joel's former employer slash, I guess you can call them home, family. They made landfall, and immediately conflict broke out with these batteries, artillery batteries needing to be destroyed. In the process, some casualties were had in friends of the Twilight Company. The Mirage unit took some losses. The Death March, who accompanied them, these suits of armor, sentient suits of armor, took some hits as well. But for the most part, it was a success, and the landfall was made. During a bit of downtime, whilst they were planning on the next steps, from the stars beyond and across the astral sea and in dimensions afar, Joel, the party's cleric, was brought back from the dead by his patron, the Raven Queen, cast his soul into a suit of armor, and was thrust back into the mortal realm in front of the party, who had just literally finished a fight with another metal man, shat themselves, and combat started again, until it was realized that actually it is Joel. Confusion on both sides between Joel just basically waking up from his state of being dead, now being alive again, and the confusion amongst the party of Joel becoming back when he'd been killed about a week or 8 days beforehand. But there was no time at that moment for, what do you want to call it? Reunions and friendships. There was still a war to finish. So you guys pushed into the Creed of Creation Sanctorium. You could hear the sounds of industry clanking and clunking above you, and in the Grand Hall, after descending a large staircase in the Grand Hall, you found the fight that you were looking for. Diplomacy was attempted with the leader Sylvina Glynn, but ultimately to no avail. A fight broke out between herself and her bodyguard and you guys. Bit of a tough fight, but eventually you guys were successful, and she lay deceased on the floor. So let me get some tunes and a shit up. That one. And what's the one? Nope. That one. So, as the sounds of combat drift away... Oh, can I hear it? That's too loud. 2 seconds. I can't hear... Oh, hit the wrong fucking button. Need to turn this one down. God, audio levels are a bitch. There you go. So, as the sounds of combat drift away, drowned out by the sounds instead of an industry surrounding you, no one dares say a word at this moment. The woman who heralded so much chaos and corruption now lays dead before you alongside her bodyguard. The masked remnants of her order still stand at the edges of this grand hall, some watching you, some looking back and forth between one another behind their masks, still in total silence. The floating cube at the back of the room splutters, sparks, and shakes, following the damage inflicted by Falcoris, as it now hinges unheavily, suspended in midair. What would you like to do?
Emmerich!
With her for the daggers.
We'll get back to you, Ghost. Yes, Kelgo, we can certainly go back and loot the daggers. But Falcoris, you call about Emmerich was already with you. Again, Emmerich, our friendly neighborhood blood mage wizard, is heavily bleeding from combat, but he still comes over and looks over at you, Falcoris. Right. What are we doing with you, good friend?
I was going to ask you that question myself, if you can take the time. Joel, oh, do you have any healing left?
Maybe.
Did you help
Again,
Emmerich here?
In this room, there is still the magical effects of your magic being nullified.
Oh.
So
Never mind.
anyone who casts a spell right now gets 1d4 psychic damage, leveling up depending on how high level you cast, up to maximum level 3.
Joel, never mind. I kind of remembered something. But...
In fact, Emmerich's at 2 hit points right now, so if you literally cast a spell, you could become knocked unconscious.
Emmerich, do you think you can decipher what this is?
I'm sure if you give me some time.
You've got
Collect
time.
myself. Well, allow me it then. And he starts to study and walk around it. Occasionally, he needs to take a break and put his hands on his knees and wipe some blood from his nose or whatever it may be. But
I'll help
now and
him.
again,
I'll help him do whatever he needs to do. Like, I'll support him, and what if he says do this, do that, then I'll do it. You know.
of course, just maybe a quick perception check as you're at this point, please, if you don't mind.
Even with a +10, that's a 12.
12. Not a problem. As you are sort of helping around, you're a little bit, this is beyond your know-how. This is technomancy, so it's arcane and technology fused into one thing. It's way above your knowledge. But as you are sort of like, as Emmerich asks you to do something now and again, you can hear him mutter under his breath how much he hates his coat's been ripped apart from that dagger attacks. He's very upset that his outfit's been ruined, and he's going to have to try and find a new tailor to fix this one. But Kelgorm, as Falcoris is away helping Emmerich with this, you begin to loot the body of Sylvina Glynn. So what you find is, I'll pop it in the handouts. Again, in the handouts, just from people in Discord, Twitch, I have currently in the handouts channel for these guys, there's a spoiler. Do not click on the spoilers still, my friends. But in her person, you do find the following 3 items. The first one is her magical dagger, which is called the Spellbreaker Dagger, which is 2d4 plus dexterity piercing damage, +1 to hit magical weapon. On a hit, the target must make a DC 15 wisdom saving throw. On a fail save, if the target is concentrating on a spell, concentration is immediately broken. She has dark vision lenses, which can see up to 60 feet in dark vision even through magical darkness, and a infused poison vial, which is a single-use poison vial, doing 4d8 poison damage for 10 minutes on a weapon of choosing.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. So she has that possession on her, or those possessions on her. The rest of it is fairly, what you'd expect to find armor that's not real consequence to anybody.
I'll pocket
anything else like that.
Yeah, I'll pocket them for now, and then I'll get to distributing once we're out of harm's way.
No problem.
Does that Spellbreaker dagger need to chin?
Yes, it will. Sorry, yes, we'll need achievement. But as you guys are doing this, also there is the again these other 14 Creed members in the room, and the body of the bodyguard that had the fire chest in the room as well. Should you wish to do anything there?
Blanty's just gonna sit not at the box, but like kind of between the box and Emmerich and Falcoris, and then the group of Creed members who are still there, just eyeing them essentially, just being cautious.
Mm-hmm. One of
Building
them
doing something very similar. He's just going to be standing there, just very still, just looking at everyone.
Yeah, and your new sentient statue form.
Since he doesn't really need to breathe or anything, he just kind of stands there.
Almost as still as a statue. As you guys are, well, especially Joel and Calanthe are sort of not keeping guard per se, but making the presence known that you guys now control this room. One of the individuals steps forward. They are dressed in the dark blue robes that indicate they're like the ambassador sort of type individuals who go out into the world and sow the seeds, whatever they may be. So, what happens now? He asks into the room, to no one in particular, but...
Well, the Great Everbleed district surrenders, right?
I mean, you've killed our leader.
Yeah, but one of you could step up. So I would like official, you surrender. Everybody put your weapons down, and I'll look across at the rest of the fucking snipers.
And you sort of look over and you see there's this ultimate hanging pause in the room. And the person in front of you who stepped out wearing the blue robe sort of pulls back the cloak a little bit, and you can see that they've got 2 daggers, one on either side, and a sidearm. And with one hand, very openly pulls out a dagger, drops on the floor, and pulls out all 3 of their weaponry, dropping on the floor. The gun they place down carefully so it doesn't fire off by accident.
Emmerich said.
Fucking one-tapped, LOL. Looks like a fucking Xbox 360 MLG compilation. And one by one, the others follow suit, and you can hear that simultaneously the sounds of people putting their weapons on the ground, that clinking and clanking of many guns being put down at once. No one puts their hands up and surrender, but everyone seems to do what they've been told, following the suit of the person in blue in front of them.
I'd imagine eventually the invading forces, the major and that, would eventually arrive.
So, yeah, we'll come to that, don't worry. Unless you
Okay.
want to wait for Thurlow specifically.
I mean, I would more so be just like still helping Emmerich, keeping an eye out, and just be. I would just tell this the one in the blue robes. I would be like, just hang tight,
Okay.
and
And
then
he
I'll,
sort of takes a small step back, not so he's still like out a little bit from the main group, but he's still like with them, sort of thing. In the same breath.
then I'll go back helping Emmerich until Mr. Thurlow eventually appears.
And as if on summoning, Mr. Thurlow does appear eventually. It only takes him like a minute, sort of thing, before he comes to the room, and he's like, "Oh, good. Is it over?" Looking around, seeing the 2 dead people in front of you guys, and
Oh,
the
no.
combat currently happening.
For now, we don't know what this is, and I'll kind of motion towards the cube. Emmerich's checking it out. Be careful around it.
It's dangerous. Don't touch it.
Yes, be careful around it. But you can
Right,
call.
well,
You can call now. This should be it. This should be it done.
oh, very well. Men, arrest these stragglers. We'll deal with them at a later date. The main priority is now securing this site. Well done, us. We've done a great deed for Lorenthal as a whole. You should all be proud of yourselves, men. Talking to the people behind that are still outside, not to you guys. I'm talking to his troops. Before turning around to you guys. And to you, the Twilight Company, thank you for your participation.
Of course, we'll just like halfway, like maybe holding something for Emmerich and just go, "Huh, fucking idiot," and just continue on.
He lets the comment slide. But sure enough, then the 14 or 15 Creed members or so are very quickly, one by one, manacled and taken out by the one and only staircase out of this place. Leaving just basically yourself and the guards just to who have confirmed there's no other members at all. There was no other signs of life in the corridors that you guys passed by without checking. The only people that are here are in this room. The only other people that we found are people that in the morgue who are long since expired.
They very
Well,
dead.
They are very dead.
I suppose this is a sentimental place for you. You want to say a last goodbye or walk around.
Couldn't be happier to
Anything
leave
to-
this place.
Okay.
Place was a shit show.
Do you know what to see if you can find your masters and stuff?
He's passed on. I know that for a fact. He's gone somewhere else. I don't know where he is now.
Hmm. Okay. I suppose you should probably head out.
You guys can go on ahead. I'm going to stay here and manage this thing. This new technomancy kind of worries me a little bit, so I want to make sure we're not sitting on a time bomb, metaphorically or literally, at this point.
I don't mind waiting if
Shoot,
if you want someone to watch your back a little.
shouldn't take me too long. I'm pretty sure we're safe here.
I think we stay until we find out what this is, just in case.
No worries. Well, if you guys are waiting with Emmerich, then takes him a good hour and a bit or so, maybe an hour and a half to ascertain. Now, he doesn't know what it's called or anything else like that, but all he knows is, as you guys already know, this is designed to especially hinder spellcasters. This is made with some... we can only ascertain as raw arcane. Now, arcane over the years has diminished to be a more tamed state. Back in the olden days, I say olden days, time long past, arcane was wild, hence wild magic is still a thing. It was raw, it was uncontrollable, and it was a pure wild child at heart. It loved to mess around, it loved to be its own unique entity, basically. Then practitioners came of the arcane and tamed it effectively to the magics that we know today, but that took generations and generations to do so. Inside this cube is almost an energy of the raw, unadulterated arcane again, something pure and alive. But because it's so violent and because it's so unstable, it has been tampered with in order to then have a reverse effect. So instead of enhancing those of arcane abilities, it's been reverse engineered to hinder them instead. Should this thing be destroyed, Emmerich has a really, really bad feeling that anyone with any sort of arcane abilities would be exceptionally hurt, if not killed, if this thing was to be destroyed.
Oh.
This thing, if released, would do heavy damage in a radius. Yeah. Those who weren't of arcane abilities would still be hurt, he's pretty sure, but those of arcane properties would suffer the most.
So Falcoris was trying to kill us last time.
Hey, I don't know. I thought if I brought it down, it helps us.
Friendly fire, man. Friendly fire.
Good to
So
know.
Emmerich will then turn to you guys and basically, feed those back to you guys, and will then proposition, well, with that cheery note, I could either destroy it completely safely in time, or if you want me to repair it, I can do so there as well. With aid, of course, not myself and myself personally, but I dare say we can hire someone to aid. Maybe get one of the Creed members to help us out if they're cooperating.
It might be a useful tool against what's coming.
And it could be a useful tool that other people could use if not protected.
I don't fancy coming up against that again.
It's
I'd rather,
unnatural.
I'd rather
The
use
opposite
it.
in theory, it is natural. Unfortunately, it's been reverse
Not in this
engineered.
manufactured state.
I agree with you there, sorry.
If there's a way to unmanufacture it and undo what's been done to it, I say we do that instead.
I'd rather we knew how this worked and we understood it much better, just in case we come across something like this again.
Perhaps don't give me a decision right now. The conceits might cause a divide, but you got this place on lockdown. It's under our guard for now. We can work out in time what to do with it. It's safe for now. It's not going to cause any harm in the immediate. We can figure out if we're going to destroy it here, take it to Pavmar, or something different. I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is I need a fucking drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd agree, but it's not an option anymore.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
Have you tried?
I'll just kind of look at him and then just poke the faceplate where the mouth should be.
I imagined it was a great. Sorry.
I'm very sorry about that, Joel. That's honestly very sad to hear. I know you had a passion for cooking, and I'm sorry for your loss.
Don't rub it in, Emmerich.
Emmerich said it was genuine, like, you know, he is sorry for you.
Hopefully the trade-off will be worth it.
We can only hope in these situations. But if you fine folk will excuse me, I'm going to be walking that way, up some stairs, into an airship. I've got my own little cozy little bunk, which is just a fucking rope. Can you believe a hammock? Of all things, a hammock. And I'm going to go drink. Ta-ta.
What about everyone else?
Doesn't sound like a bad idea, what he's doing.
I agree.
Joel, I think you need to go and see Salba.
Is he here?
He's not going to be here. He'll be back in Pavmar, but I believe, am I right? Yeah, back in Pavmar. He's back in Pavmar.
No, is he Pavmar? Is he not in the?
He came to Padmar for the funeral, and he sort of stayed since after he just didn't know what to do with himself. So he's still has his own room that you guys are bunking him up in.
He was, yeah, he was quite upset with your passing. I did tell him that I didn't think it was over, and I think it would get you back somehow. He was, yeah, he was adamant that he wanted to see you again somehow.
Well, I owe him that much. Didn't you mention you had the notes from the doctor?
I don't have them. It's in his
10, I was going to say.
Yeah, his
They're in his
command
tent
post.
back in Still Awkward. But you guys
to retrieve them.
You need to go back there anyway to get home, basically. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I was thinking, do you guys want to loot anything else, or are you just gonna boogie on out?
Does somebody want to check this?
I
Yeah,
know.
this Biomancer person.
I'll see what I can scrounge up.
Cool.
You little
So
thieving bastard, huh?
Hey, some habits die
The-
hard.
Forge Bulwark is what it's called. Sorry, the Forge Bulwark. Doesn't have anything on them. Again, they didn't wield any weapons during the fight. It was pure fist. But as Emmerich can ascertain, the whole armor itself is magical. And again, another handout coming your way. And again, I will say, obviously, right now you can't cast, you know, identify anything else like that. But I imagine in time you guys would get the armor do that. Basically, the whole armor itself is magical. Now you can choose up to how much you want to attune to it. So you can either tune level 1, 2, or 3. And basically, how much point of attunement you put into this armor gives you unique benefits that stack.
Shit.
So again, you can basically sacrifice all of your attunement slots to just wear this armor solely and get some pretty cool bonuses. Should you wish to sacrifice all your attunement slots to do that instead. But yes, that's the armor there if you wanted to. For those that can wear heavy plate.
I'll just of course, Calanthier. This is heavier than I anticipated. If any one of you want to grab it.
It is heavy.
I mean, Clanthia will help, but he's not much help. He's not a strong boy, he's quick.
Yol is also not a strong boy, just for the record.
Could I just try cram it in the bag of holding?
Am I the only one that's ever lifted weights in her life? Fucking hell.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this? Assuming heavy armor, Matt. Yeah.
It's heavy plate armor, yeah.
Heavy plate.
Legendary plate armor, no less.
Jesus fucking Christ. Well, saying we don't have anybody who wears plate armor. I mean,
Okay, well, no, we do.
we
except
do,
he's
but
now
yeah,
dead.
you're in a different circumstance now.
In one set of armor, yep.
Well,
Joel's getting armor cucked as well as food cucked. Jesus.
I will say
Joel's
as well, if
getting
you
size
guys,
envy.
you guys, I'll say for spectators, but if you guys want to take time to loot and that sort of stuff around, there is the back office as well, like another room that goes off to the grand hall. You can say it's whilst Emmerich was working on the cube, whatever it may be, and sort of thing. Every time I say the cube, I keep thinking of fucking Transformers.
The cube.
Starscream. But
Starscream.
you go into Glenn's office space. You can find a variety of chests and containers, across which you can find a total of 850 gold pieces.
Ooh, damn.
Hey.
You find on a wall plaque a mounted firearm, which is a long rifle that glows with arcane capabilities. And you also, for anyone who is interested, find some very organized and detailed notes of Glenn's recent operations here.
Double Ewing.
Yeah.
I'll summarize them again. If you want them in chat, I can put them in the handouts as well for yourselves. But basically, you can tell these are exceptionally well organized, and it's across different folders and diary entries and that sort of stuff, but you easily piece the puzzle pieces together. As of late, Glenn, the leader of the Sanctorium, is pissed off at the world and annoyed on how the Creed currently operate. They deal in the dark and get nothing for it. They are villainized in the communities abroad and local, and no one trusts or likes them. But with that, they have the power to make cities and nations bend the knee, so why don't they? Before Joel was banished, she had concerns over one of her employers called Morgan and his loyalty due to a shift in his work and behaviors. So she decided that, quite simply, in his age, the old man had become mentally frail and had plainly exceeded his usefulness. So one night he was taken away to another chamber within the Sanctorium, where he was interrogated to ensure, in his foolish mindset, he hadn't leaked any secrets. He claimed not to have, but this wasn't believed. So instead, the same night, the apprentice was taken. The initial plan was simply use the apprentice as leverage to necessarily, if needed, kill the apprentice in front of Morgan to make Morgan talk. But then Glynn had an idea. If there was a leak that Morgan had, with nowhere else to go in the world, the apprentice would gravitate towards the leak, with knowing nothing else to do then. So she released Joel into the wild, effectively. Joel played ball perfectly, made them know that Salber was a threat or a leak, and so it was communicated to close Centauriums to remove Salber by any means necessary as being a threat, we'll say. And you guys sort of know the rest from there. Actually, telling a lie. During this, Morgan was kept in isolation as a prisoner, although no more interrogations needed to happen once they figured out it was Salber. Unfortunately, Morgan then attempted a prison break. Details on this aren't exactly clear on what happened, but all you know is it ended up with Morgan, as he tried to run, being shot and killed as he tried to flee.
What a bitch.
Yes, you find out a little bit about Joel there. But the firearm you find on the wall, on a bit of a cheery note, another handout for yourselves. I'm fucking flooding this chat tonight.
Hello.
It's called the Intervention. Read it and use it if you wish to. It's a double-barreled arcane gun. But yes.
So, what you're saying is Joel can be a heavily armored undead tank and then also have a double-barreled shotgun on his back. Yes, please.
We can make fuck out of this, man.
Maybe you should go find an arcanist and make it into a sawn-off,
Excuse
just
me.
for fun.
Fucking Arcanus, anyone got a really sharp axe?
Counter does.
That's
He's an angry fucker as well.
So the scene on
Yes,
Wolfenstein where like he's sewing and someone knocks on the door, so he just starts going faster.
Sorry, Kilgore, you're asking me something there?
Would this be a finesse weapon?
No, this is not a finesse weapon, no.
Oh, shucks.
What does it use?
It uses ammunition ball bearings, and you can find
No,
a pouch
I
of
mean-
30.
Stat-wise, like, to use it, like, does it need...
It'll use your dexterity to operate, but it's not a finesse weapon.
Lavender.
Give the Reaper a gun.
Yeah,
Lavender. I think you have a new weapon.
But again, this has 30 pieces of ammunition to start.
So the Reaper was deadly with a bow, and we've given her a double barrel.
Fucking gun.
Yeah, but have you seen the arcane ray? That thing's like a fucking sniper rifle.
Oh! I thought I was gonna start shooting clay pigeons, man.
Doesn't she also have the boomstick as well?
No, well, of course, has the
course,
boomstick now. Yeah.
Boomstick in one hand, rifle in the other.
I think I should also have the boomstick at this point, just for shits
Honestly,
and giggles.
A ranged weapon, just give it to the Reaper.
I think we should just put it all on my back at the same time. So I have my bow, the boomstick, and the rifle on my back.
It's just a walking armory.
And if I can't carry, I'll just strap it to Brownie. He can. I'll just make a walking tank with Brownie.
Yes, please. I also think Lavender learns at the fucking Call of Duty rifle reload where she spins it round like the model 1888 shotgun. When you dual wield it in Modern Warfare 2.
Lever
That
action.
fucking bad boy reload. That's the one. The spin round lever action reload. Doing that with boomstick in the other hand. Lavender's a fucking badass.
I definitely think Lavender should take this
Just
fucking
putting
innovation.
a photo of Lavender in the Shadows We Fear chat. Just that's gonna be Lavender by the end of the session.
Accurate.
Lavender hears a noise in the woods. The woods just obliterates it.
Enemies to the west, Lavender eliminates the west.
So the fucking was it the meme from Hot Fuzz where he's got the shotgun? He's like, shame.
Such a
Guys,
shame.
She's out of arrows. Lavender pulls out a shotgun. Shame.
Now I need to get closer. You do also find in these notes and that sort of stuff blueprints. You get a sense of what, Joel, you were hearing that wasn't there before. This is, again, the sound of industry, but on a grand scale of war. So you find that these blueprints are for making guns on mass production, ammunition on mass production, but not just that. As of recently, 3 different suits of armor. One being the Electromancer, the Forged Bulwark you just fought, and another blueprint for a suit of armor you haven't seen yet, named the Marine Cannoneer.
Marine Cannoneer.
Yes, a suit of armor that you haven't come across yet. But instead of being one-offs, like just the one Electromancer, she was getting ready to mass-produce these suits.
Is there any sign she succeeded?
We can hear it above you.
No, I mean, as in actually made.
If you go explore, you can find quite a lot. There's parts of suits that are in midway through assembly and that sort of stuff. Like the production is on. Obviously, you've stopped it happening, but production was on. You don't know if there's no record of anything being completed and ticked off in an inventory, but yeah, you can see that the Electromancer and Bulwark, and what you can gather from the bits you don't understand, of the Marine Cannoneer suits are in full-scale production. Now, just a heads up, these Marine Cannoneer suits very much look like in our world, the old-timey diving helmets, like those big fucking things there. That sort of get out of a suit, but one of the arms being a full-blown cannon instead of being anything wielding.
Joel take any and all blueprints he can find about
Absolutely.
that stuff.
May grab all the blueprints for the guns, the ammo, and everything else in between.
Just everything, because Joel does not want this kind of stuff getting out there.
Absolutely.
What happened to good old fucking swords?
You're outdated, old man.
Seems like it.
You were fucking swords, you brave man. We lost Gilgrim.
That was nice, Matt. Well done.
Thank you.
Can I just spend this time attuning to that dagger as well?
You certainly made a spend time machine to the dagger. Is that swapping up something else, or?
No, that's my 3.
That's your 3 slots. Perfect.
I have 0.
Hey, you can put all in the suit of armor then.
No, because it's plate armor, and he, of course, is not putting on plate armor.
It sucks. It's got some juicy perks to it.
I know.
It's got some
Yeah,
very
I know.
perks, like,
If it wasn't plate armor,
already, if Joel wasn't a suit of armor, Joel would be wearing the suit of armor. Can I double stack the armor?
No, unfortunately,
Aw.
no. It's like wearing a power suit, putting on
well,
a bigger power
you
suit.
did say that Joel felt like everything was his skin. Just saying.
He does. Mm-hmm.
So right now, Joel and his mind is standing there naked, you know? So,
Joel's
He's
used to
got-
it.
We're bringing Brother Nature into this universe as well, damn it. But eventually, after you guys loot and take all these notes, blueprints, the rifle off the wall, and drag the armor into the bag of holding, you guys begin to make your way out to the above air again, leaving the sound of noise behind you, with a very quick mute and a gentle slide down.
So,
It's almost like there's a threshold of sound. But you guys step out into the cool night air again, feeling again it's about, at this point, probably 2 o'clock in the morning, the cool night air breeze blowing against you. You see at this point the airship has obviously completely landed, all the forces have been dismantled, all the boats that are in the water are now on land, and a makeshift, hastily thrown together camp is being established as, to make sure that everyone has a place to actually bed down the night. A lot of it is being inside the airship, but yeah, there's some tents outside, obviously, just in cases. It's very quiet. I need to get some ambience up.
You guys still have your tent?
I don't
Yeah.
see why we get rid of it.
yeah.
Or we did small situation where we gave your room away.
Do you need to sleep?
Good question. I'm not sure. I've been alive. Joe, just quickly look up. About an hour.
How does it feel?
Strange. I'm not. And Joel will just sort of like be like touching his hands together, like just trying to get the fact that it's armor, but he can feel it. Just
Yeah.
not quite sure what this is yet. And if the final say is still out there, I'm not entirely sure.
Well, you've got a piece of them there.
We do have
I forgot, was his sword magical in any way?
And just know it's like a very ornate rapier. That's all I remember. Because
Yeah, I don't think it was innately magical. Might be magical for the champion.
yeah, you might activate it. Might be one of those like fucking Mjolnir type shit.
Not for anyone. It's not magical for just anyone.
Y'all gotta earn that. You didn't die for this sword.
Well,
But you guys.
so,
it's I think we get over the water. They let you get these notes. We make our trip back to Pavmar.
yeah. For lucky Emmerich may be able to give us a lift in the morning.
Talking of which, actually, now that we're out of the zone, Joel, do you fancy helping Emmerich out?
He'll sleep it off.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Speaking, he is correct. Because that's how D&D works. A good 8 hours kip and you're good to go, man.
Yeah.
You been stabbed? Nah, it's good, bro. Sleep it off.
Well, it's like the Skyrim Lodge, you got 82 hours and no worries, eat a couple wheels of cheese, you'll be good to go.
Video games. But Emmerich isn't with you guys. Emmerich has gone to bed. Somewhere in the airship, as he mentioned. Excuse me, and you guys can obviously find your own spaces, pop up your tent, whatever will suit for you to bed down tonight.
Does Joel need to sleep?
Sleep, no. But rest and repair, yes. So you do need the 8 hours.
No, okay.
But it's not for actually sleeping. It's more like a meditative trance state. Kind of like what elders do for 4, but you're actually taking that 8 hours to heal your mechanical parts and get them to, like fucking Tony Stark's suit, little nanobites healing itself sort of thing, you know?
Just checking.
The soul is working hard to fuel this. It needs a rest.
In that case, Joel will happily kip out for a few hours.
Beautiful. You. Mhm.
Can I just in the kind of center table of our tent?
Yep.
Can I just put the dark vision lenses, the mask down, and just say free to go home before I showing off to bed as well.
Oh, I
I
can
will
see
say
the
if anyone
dark.
wants to, you can deconstruct the lenses out of the mask if you don't want to wear the full mask. You can take the lenses out and fashion them into something else if need be. Commit to a Creed mask if you don't want to.
Like a scope.
Basically, yeah. Take one lens and use it as a monocle.
Do
Lavender.
both. You can make magnification.
Beautiful.
Lavender.
I'd
Would you
allow it.
use this?
Hmm?
How are you about seeing in the dark, Lavender?
My bow helps me.
Oh shit.
That's one of my bow's perks is night vision.
Because Joel was
If
the
I
only one
remember
because he
correctly.
was human without dark vision.
Every time Lavender pulls back the string where he hears the night vision goggles activate.
Bravo
That's
six
It's
only
gone
Joel.
dark.
It
It
was
was
going
only
dark.
Joel after I got my bow that couldn't see
Yeah, because Joel was a basic human bitch.
And now you're fucking death walking, so I presume you can see in the dark.
I can see far better than any of you in the dark.
I
Wow.
really wish you couldn't. I think that would be hilarious. You've got shit vision.
I can
You don't have
guarantee I
eyes.
can beat anyone's dark vision when it comes to it.
If I take Eldritch Invocation,
I will still beat you.
Devil Sight.
I will promise you I will still win.
Devil Sight sees everything.
How far?
Fucking far. I think it's like 120 feet.
Yeah, I guess.
Pathetic numbers.
Wait, what have you given him?
I didn't give him anything this one. This is something that he found.
Devil Sight's meant to be powerful. There's no point in the Eldritch Invocation.
300 feet.
Yeah, he's
Sorry,
a
don't know where that
god's
came from.
champion.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
300. Mm.
You're just,
that
you're
of
just a
course?
poxy. You just got a fucking patron. You're not a god's champion. What do you mean?
Can you see in magical darkness though?
I can see just about any darkness for 300 feet as if it were dim light.
Not
Yeah, but-
magical though.
I was gonna say non
Not
magic.
magical. 300 feet as if it's dim, so. Fuck your devil's sight.
Devil Sight lets you see in magical darkness though. Stuff not a buff. He can just cast darkness on himself and hide. The warlock stream.
And then just Eldritch blast every turn when no one can see him.
Yeah, exactly.
If
That
we
could
can't
work.
see us, they can't see us.
But you guys all take to your rooms and bed down for the evening. All finding yourself into a very peaceful sleep. Apart from you, Joel. Joel, you slept before, obviously. You've done
I'm
it
aware.
for however old you were. I think you were 20 something in Joel form. Joel form, you know what I mean.
This is my final form.
So you've obviously slept all your life, of course, but this sleep doesn't come easy for you tonight. You're still feeling weird. You're still feeling. It's almost that pinch me, am I awake sort of thing. It's just this figure before I actually pass to the final resting place where the Raven Queen takes me. Is this actually reality? You know it is, of course you do, but it's one of those weird, like, lucid-like states, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But eventually sleep does take you. You all get your hit points and spell slots back, all that good jazz and shit.
Spell slow.
And wake up the next morning feeling refreshed as a daisy.
Hang on, let me just write fresh as a daisy on my character sheet.
It gives you 5 extra XP for the next 30 minutes when you have
Oh,
that
nice.
perk.
I immediately kill Calanthir.
You get all of its XP.
Try it. Please try it, little man.
I can't wait for
Understand
the.
that, like, I fucking dare you.
Let me
Make
tell
my
you, next
fucking
level,
day.
I'm never getting hit again.
Okay.
You believe
Big
that.
words. Big words.
I will. Oh well, I've got a big plan.
Okay, somebody, do me a favor, clip that in chat, please, just so we can bring
Yeah.
it up when he gets hit.
Yeah,
Someone clip that shit. Clip it now. Big morning comes. You'll get up, get your breakfast, all the normal morning and blemishes that you need to do. And yeah, the morning is yours. As you wake up in the morning and step outside your tent, you can see the chaos of the war in the daylight. Obviously, during the night, limited field of view and that sort of stuff. But in the morning, it looks like a completely different atmosphere. You can see that what was once nice grass is now upturned mud and tufts, mixed with, the brown of the mud with some red splatters across its surface. The bodies have already been shifted off into a fire pyre at the back, to be disposed of, and those that are allied bodies are being still loaded into the airship, including the big Death March suits, which are being an absolute bitch to shift because they're quite heavy pieces of armor, but they are getting moved all the same.
So, how do we get back to Still Lockwood?
So we should be. What did we camp without sailing across the water? Yeah.
Yeah, I think you camped there that night.
Okay.
Because I think you're gonna I thought your plan was to teleport with Emmerich,
Yeah,
but
no,
that was you were gonna.
that is-
But yeah, he was.
Yeah.
camped.
So we'll need to make our way across the water then, right?
Yikes.
Emmerich is still here. Emmerich is on the airship. If you need.
Oh, okay.
But the airship's still here. He went to bed in the airship. That hasn't left.
Oh, let's just teleport back. I don't want to walk. I don't want to do
Well-
water.
Well, we need to collect the notes.
Find Emmerich then.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Joe,
I'll
you were
go-
also
yeah.
given one specific thing to do, a request from a certain someone.
Yes, but that's the logistics. I'm not sure.
Just making sure
Like-
you hadn't forgotten.
Well, like, do I do it to like all of them? Do I have to fucking go to each individual one? Like, how does this work?
We will find out.
Instructions unclear. Dick coat and ceiling fan.
Undick yourself. But you go find Emmerich, and Emmerich, will, for the sake of brevity, is more than happy to, if you need him to, teleport you guys to Stow Lockwood, save you having to boat across or anything else like that. And he will come with you, since he's quite fond of you all. He will come with you.
Emmerich, do you mind a moment?
A moment, of course. You
So,
take him aside, wherever it may be.
so I'm not knowledgeable when it comes to magic.
Okay.
But when I actually noticed that I cast a spell on you.
I did notice. I was very proud, if not terrified in the moment, but I was a little bit proud of you at that moment. Can't lie, my boy.
The first time I ever went into the Shadowfell, it kind of infused in me a little,
Mm-hmm.
and it's given me some magic, but it's very unstable.
Right. Well, here's the thing. It's not unstable, it's just you don't know how to use it properly yet. I
Possibly,
assure you, with
but-
proper training, it was more than adequate to your arcane abilities. They just need a bit of guidance.
If only the party had a spellcaster.
I know,
Yeah,
that'd
right.
just be handy.
Or multiple,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
So you think it's something that could be learned?
Absolutely. You've shown arcane practice. The fact you'd even successfully cast invisibility upon myself shows you have the talents. Excuse me. You're more than capable. You just need to learn it.
Okay. Okay, so I'll try and learn.
If you need a hand, you can feel free to stop by my chambers any point.
Okay. Might
I
take
can
you
show
up.
you, if you want to come over to my chamber tonight, I can show you some magic. Some of it might be spellcasting.
Is this a euphemism?
Yeah, if we have time, I'll certainly stop by.
I'd appreciate the visit. He gives you a little
Thank you.
half smile.
Uh-huh. Okay, I'll give her like a little smack in the shoulder, and then
I'm offended.
go about. That's, sorry, what did you want? I'll give him a courtly bow.
Oh, never mind.
I'll
Give
see
him
you
a
later.
big old smooch.
I'm sorry. Never mind. I'll see you tonight.
He wants to touch butts.
See you later, Pookie.
Stand back to back and touch butts.
Cool.
Cool.
And the award for worst flirting in the D&D campaign.
That was bad, bro. That was.
I had a
goes to
bitchin'.
Telegor.
I had a bitchin' line, and you fucking let it fall on its face, man.
I didn't anticipate it, to be honest.
I'll show you some magic tonight. Perhaps some of it will be spellcasting, and you went cool. Pat him on the back.
That's like friend zoning, like hardcore.
You leave, Emmerich. Emmerich disapproves. In the top left-hand corner of the screen comes up.
Emmerich will remember that.
It's like, see, when you have to break the fact that Gale, that you're just friends, he's like, oh.
Gale's in my fucking characters.
He's my Gale.
You all, I say, reconvene with Emmerich at a later in the morning, again probably about 10 o'clock or so, and when he's ready to do so and you guys are equally the same, you are teleported to Stow Lockwood instead of having to catch a boat. The local ferry tariff is quite extortionate. You get there. I don't need that no more. I need... Oh, there's now no music. Beautiful fucking idiot, Matthew. You get to Stow Lockwood, safely, of course. And you can see that now without the military presence here, because all the military went across the sea last night, or the lake, sorry. The town is already trying to rebuild itself as far as getting these people and the memory of them scrubbed out. They are cleaning the pavements and the cobblestone streets from all the upturned mud that was just a never-ending quagmire from the constant footfalls that came through. They're cleaning them. The tented city that was built to accommodate them is being deconstructed without them really knowing it's happening. The villagers just want these people gone. So the tents are being deconstructed and piled up. Any leftover military gear is getting put to the outside of the walls. And this all happened in the space of, the ship arrived 12 o'clock last night in the morning, so these people are moving fast to get the soldiers out and make it very clear that once they come back over the water, they ain't welcome here unless they're protecting, but not to stay anymore. It's a hasty effort from the locals to to get them out.
So, can Joel try and find El Doctor's tent
You can indeed.
if it's not been deconstructed?
Well, you get to it and you can see that it's the next one's in line, but you also am going to speak to the people, and they give you the respite, to do what you need to do without hindrance. You 6. Yeah, will do. Sorry. You go into the tent. You can see that his tent. There's a large rack system where you can gather that he would. You get not in and out of his armor per se because he didn't leave it. But have things put onto his armor, sort of thing, or rest. He didn't have a bed. Instead, he slept standing upright, and this rack would also support him to do that as well. And he has a large desk that you don't understand really how it was moved here, but it was. A large, very ornately designed desk. And although it's a huge, huge desk, on top of it, any notes, there's none. There's no loose piece of parchment. Instead, all there is placed very neatly, as if right angle triangles were used. In the dead center of the desk is a journal, tied up and bound with twine, so no one can open it.
Joel will. Is there anything else notable in the tent?
No.
Then Joel will grab L book, and maybe
Grab.
open it.
Mhm.
And just
So, you can go into the handouts and uncensor the bodies of text.
this is going to be a very.
It's a long read, so I will read it on stream anyway, don't worry, but this is for you guys to have it sort of thing at a later date if you need to. But when you open the journal, the first thing that falls out is a loose piece of paper that isn't a separate paper from the journal, so you know it isn't from a page that's fallen out. It reads upon it, and so it is with a heavy heart and a heavier hand that I find myself writing a finishing letter to myself, to whomever shall continue my research, or at least heed the warnings mine has turned up. But first, a personal message from me to you, dear reader. I wish more than anything as I write this, and my people dared not have strayed from the path of knowledge and research, and instead one of greed and selfishness. Lost in the ways of the creed of creation. Lost are those who have secluded themselves in their island homes. Lost are they who dwell within the city walls and flirt with the law. Lost are those who decide that cloak and dagger tactics are a viable way to aid society. For my researchers and I stayed in a city ruined by plague. Years of our lives poured into the single most dangerous place in all of the Rentfall, all in the name of finding a cure, finding a way to save future lives and create a better future for all. All of them bar me have been lost, their souls now fueling suits of armor I now call company and friends, with me one day to follow suit should I survive to see a new dawn. Should we prevail, should the efforts of my friends and I be achieved, but I am no longer around to celebrate, then please, I implore you, dear reader, find peace. It's with my hopes someone who knows me and what I stood for currently reads these written words and will action my request. The creed must change. It must go back to its roots and figure out how to get there, to be a genuine force for good and not where they treat the country like their own playground to test and trick. I sincerely wish for better. That's why I have sacrificed myself working in Lost Dream. But only my fellow researchers and I seem to have the people in the heart and mind, and that simply cannot be the case anymore. To those who finish reading this letter in its entirety, I thank you, and please take forth my notes from Dream and its findings. Also, for anyone who may take over my research and visit my lab, worry not about the boy, now a man who returns. He is an honest soul from my understanding, living in the shadows of his past. He knows the rules, written or otherwise. From here, if you're reading along with me, the notes become very technical and erratic, describing the plague that has claimed Lost Dream. The key findings that can be taken away are: the plague has been named Maddening Rot. It's an airborne pathogen, viral in nature. It can be spread from physical contact between persons, touching the same surface as an infected person has touched, or entering Dream's borders and immediate surrounding area. Inside Dream itself, the virus has developed into a fungal-like spores and now grow out of surfaces like wooden structures, dead flesh, and organic material. These fungi release spores into the air, too small to see, and are breathed in by their victims. All efforts to fight back this fungus have proven to be fruitless. Fungal heads can be destroyed at the root, however, it will always grow back either in the same place or others. Under the boathouse, a sinkhole has opened up recently, swallowing most of the structure into the earth. This occurred a few months ago. 2 researchers were lost in the event, status unknown, presumed dead by crush, drowning, maddening rot, or dehydration should have survived. Further exploration has been limited due to the hazards of the sinkhole. However, construction of an observation platform complete with luring winch is near completion. The effects of maddening rot. Those infected do not take long to show the first signs of affliction. Time has been noted to vary between only a couple of hours in some cases, but most will display the symptoms between 5 and 8 hours. Those who show signs quicker tend to be the young, the old, and the ill. Symptom 1. Subjects will become paranoid, claiming to hear whispers, see shadows move, or just the feeling of being watched. Average time to display the symptom is 6 hours from infection. Second symptom. Subjects will begin to develop an encompassing headache that cannot be cured. This has been described as the single most painful experience of a sufferer's life by those able to communicate this. Nosebleeds may occur off the back of this. Average time to display these symptoms, 5.5 hours. Third symptom. Subjects become unable to rationalize or openly converse with anybody else, including their other infected. Instead, a blind rage takes over, sending the subject into a killing frenzy and attacking anybody nearby with whatever they can, be it weapons, improvised weapons, or their own body. Subjects are unable to differ between friends and family and cannot be reasoned with. Average time to display this symptom, 6 hours. The fourth symptom. If a subject has no one else in the vicinity to attack, attacks will be targeted against itself until death. And that's what the notes summarize. Apologies about the me screaming at you there.
Interesting.
And not to be cured from the sounds of it. The city is lost.
Although it has given me an idea. We have 3 pieces of the final say. The rapier that stays on Joel, the armor that was lost in the Astral Sea, and we have the helmet. We need to find a safe place for the helmet.
You're thinking throw it in the sinkhole?
I'm thinking someone who's clearly made of metal might fare better than the rest of us. Can go
We're
in
only
and hide.
assuming that I can't catch this.
We are assuming. Therefore,
Not
right?
a bad idea. First, there's
When you're a
something else
doctor-
we need to deal with.
The doctor was safe in his armor. There's one thing we know at least.
Then so would any metal being.
Yes, but
Think more for the greater good of people. If you cure this, not only if you redeem the city, for the fact is that currently Lorento is harboring a massive amount of refugees. That could be a place they could go. You cure it, you gain land. It is better for the greater good that way. If you're
That's
unable
probably-
to, if you feel that the burden of carrying a piece of the armor is too much, leaving it alone is now irresponsible.
What if we just put it on a ship and then throw it off the ship into the ocean? Like, really far out.
that works. And provided
If one person did it and then had their memory wiped, yeah.
Well, it wouldn't matter if they had their memory, there's no way to get it back. Finding
Magic
the same
can
patch
do a
of water,
lot of things.
I'm willing to take that chance, because even if they do, I'll sort of point to the sword, they're not getting this.
And honestly, I feel a lot bit uncomfortable keeping the rapier in such close proximity to the helmet.
What if we gave the helmet to your sister? She has infinite resources to keep it safe.
I do not want to make her a target.
And then what do we do with it? We
I
can't
don't
give
know.
it to... There's no one we trust to look after it. We need to hide it or bury it somewhere. Get rid of it. Put it
Give it to
somewhere no
me.
one can get it. Give it to you.
I spoke to Fubor, and I've been considering recently. I am going home, and I don't wish for you to follow. It is finding Fubor captured, plus the numerous times where I've lost control during our fights, has shown me one thing, is that I am not as responsible as I thought I was. I cast the first stone for the House of Iron, yet I'm not the first. I am not there to set the timber for what is supposed to be a great thing. It's not fair. And this group is made up of some of the most extraordinary people I've ever encountered. People who have fought monsters and wannabe gods. But Fubor and the rest are just people. They're not as strong as any of you, and I intend to come back, but I cannot sit on my burden any longer. So I'm saying, give the helm to me. I will take it back to Southbon, and I will bury it under the House of Iron.
When would you leave?
I had told Fubor to prepare upon returning after this situation was sorted, so soon.
I'll
Well,
pull out the helmet from my bag and hold out to him. We can come with you, you know that.
You have more important things here, I fear. But there's new information about this plague, that, and I believe that band of raiders we have not dealt with. We have not heard anything, but they're still terrorizing. Your talents here for this country would be wasted in mine. We will be fine, and you will always be welcome, and I will return. Just once they are ready to be on their own.
That's what you want.
Well, it solves two, what's the phrase? Two birds, one stone, I suppose. I am sorry for not telling you sooner.
No, we understand. Calendar. Some.
At the very least,
I
with
know.
Joel back in part of this form, I have a little less to worry about, but I did ask... I asked for somebody to find a replacement. Just a strong warrior with a strong compass who will fill the void, I suppose, I meet. I don't know who that is or where they are, but I hope whoever I asked may get back to me with some information. I do not wish to leave a gap.
Well, can't say we won't miss having your big furry ass in the way. Gonna have to work twice as hard to keep these guys alive now.
That almost sounds like sadness, Joel. For just a moment, you
Don't
sound
get
a
ahead of
little sad.
yourself.
You know,
I,
for
for
being
one-
Dusty, you've still got a good sense of humor.
For being a giant cat, you're not so bad.
I, for one, am sad. You better fucking write.
Absolutely. I mean, you can dimension door there anytime you like. It's a bit cold,
I don't have the right attire for that yet.
but
So until my wardrobe is fixed, you better fucking write.
A chance for a shopping spree?
My dear, don't tempt me.
A winter wardrobe?
It's the wrong season. Discounts.
well, it is always winter in the Southbourne, and hopefully, as long as you take a little while to visit, we should have a nice warm hearth, good food, and plenty of cheer to go around. But one thing is certain. I have not told you exactly what I would do when I returned to Southbourne when I faced my old clan. I would bring you as witness to show them and try and convince them that the outside world is not as terrible as they think. I will not do that until you come again. I cannot
Might be
do
best
that.
if I don't come for that.
On the contrary, Joel, I think them seeing that there are some outside forces that we can't control might be a little bit more helpful than how control freak Old Fang is.
I wouldn't think relaxing or comforting is a word I'd use to describe myself right now.
They don't need relaxing, they need a wake-up call. They
Oh,
will
that I'm more than
die.
happy to do.
They will die out there and their culture will be gone. It is about time they see that the world cannot be so easily shut away.
In that case, I'll be there when you need.
So
Thank
will
you.
I.
Well, I hope that the House of Iron grows to be as large as possibly can, for there will always be an ally to Lorenthal. But yes, I will write, even
Good
though
boy.
it takes so long.
Thank you so much, darling. Oh shit, I'm sad now. If you excuse me, and he leaves the tent.
Before you leave, I'll make sure you're well stocked.
Well, I would like to leave some
environment-
things in your care.
Of course.
We'll have to have a chat with my ex. I don't think he's going to be the most happy.
What do you mean? You're abandoning your mission. Starscream.
Well, then we should probably make return to the capital so that we can deal with everything. But first, there's something the doctor asked me to do. And Joel will... Did the doctor have a second in command with him?
No. He was
So he
the
doesn't have
last
any,
one
like-
left. He was the last
Does-
living one left. No.
Can Joel just go up to one of the soldiers then?
Mm.
Just one of the death, whatever they're called.
The Death March.
And then say, I don't have it written down, whatever it was I'm supposed to say, because my spelling was, I wrote Una something, something, something.
Where is it again? Let's see if I can find it. 'Cause
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I put it in handouts.
Onas now Cronus. Or Nov Cronus.
Joel
Nov
will,
Cronus?
Joel will say that.
As you say that to the individual in front of you, you watch as they've been sounding like in a sort of like lax posture as much of a suit armor can do. It all of a sudden just stiffens up, and you hear the joints creak and crack before the armor just tumbles into pieces in front of you. And you see that around where the center of the chest would be on the suit, there's a little blue speck, a little blue arcane energy that just disappears up.
And so he passes on. Joel will then just start. I don't know how it can really be done as easily as he can, because I think going around to each and every one might take a while.
You don't, and as you sort of walking through Still Awkward, you can see his piles of these suits of armor.
Oh, so they've all moved on. Happy
You
Joel.
almost feel as well, with you, the one that's doing it as well, you almost feel the sense of the Raven Queen's smile, as if she's just received a nice delivery of souls that she's been looking forward to getting.
Joel will sort of brush his amulet and just, I release them into your care. And then Joel will head back to the party.
Now, as you
Wherever
guys...
the party may be.
Ain't no party like a Joel can't eat now party. Now, as you guys are making your way
Fuck, you're gonna eat Kinder since I can't eat the game.
wherever it may be you guys are heading off to, you hear a familiar voice call out to all of you. So is it done then? And Mary Silversong approaches from behind, dressed in her full Creed uniform, including the mask this time, with something that she hasn't been wearing for a while, but out in public here she's wearing it, flanked by two of her guard.
Battle's over. Death March to released.
Fantastic. That's excellent. And the Sanatorium, is it still standing?
Looks that way.
Brilliant. This is fantastic news. You guys, you have excelled yourselves so much. We shall begin the preparations to settle once and for all this and put this dirty past behind us.
What do you?
That doesn't mean you should forget the past. There are
No.
lessons to be learned here.
Of course. Of course. Joel, you're looking
Alive.
not the word I was going to use, but we'll roll with it.
I died. Now I'm back. Let's leave it at that.
As you wish.
It's been a busy day.
Well, it has been indeed, but as you say, Joel, we will learn from their mistakes and we can move forward and rebuild anew.
I want to ask you a favor.
Of course.
The doctor dedicated his life to helping fucking Meyer place. Poison Swamp.
Losteria.
Miyazaki. That's the one.
Miyazaki.
He's famous for the poison swamps. He dedicated his life to Losteria. And I don't think his work should go unfinished. And I will hand her the book. But like sort of keep a grip on it before I'm like finished. Like I want you to read these and put people on it because this place can't just go to waste after everything he's done for it. Put your people on it, do what you have to. Get it fixed.
I will... It's not a small favor you ask.
I don't
but
care.
I will...
The
Will
doctor gave you an army to take back the island. It wasn't a small favor for him to do that.
You raise a very fair point. I will, once the dust settles here, make the preparations and see what we can muster up there again. Perhaps build a
Joel.
new sanctorium up there.
Joe will nod and then sort of give her the book and step back.
She very swiftly pockets the book in a cloak.
I'm trusting you to be better than the other sanctoriums.
Well, I'll hold up to your judgment.
This marks a
It
new
will hurt if
age.
you don't.
What was that, sorry, Falcoris?
It marks a new age for the Creed.
It's certainly a new dawn.
And I think it's about time you got rid of the mask policy. You want to be in the eyes of the public and help the public and do everything you can for them. And there's no point in hiding behind masks anymore. And I'll just walk past her and I'll head towards.
I'll also leave with Falcoris at that.
She will sort of... The three of you that stay for now, Lavender, Joel, and Calanthe, you can see as Falcoris...
I'm out.
Lavender just leaves immediately. Well, as Lavender leaves, you can see that she turns her head, watching Lavender go. Falcoris and Ella will pass not without notice, of course, without her giving any attention. But the second Lavender passes, her eyes behind the mask follow until she goes over the shoulder. Calanthe and Joel, you can see that she's tapping her index finger against her leg, either through anxiety, stress, or something. We'll do our best. It's, as we say, a new dawn. A better future lays ahead for the Creed. And we'll be in touch.
Hold on. Just because it is a new dawn for Creed does not mean it shouldn't be for you. You made the mistake of not being there for her. Don't make it again.
To be honest, Canthea, I don't think there's a place in her heart for me. I could give her the world, I think, at this point. And I don't know how she'd react. I'd always
Doesn't
be
need the world.
welcoming.
It needs you.
She needs
And
a
that's
mother.
all.
I don't know how to do that.
We can start by trying. The first step is about making mistake and learning from it. If you expect it to be perfect every time, simply you're just going to fail every time and not learn anything. Yeah, I'll just walk off.
You'll just sort of hold her stare for a few seconds and then move off as well.
She is basically stun locked at that one. She doesn't quite know what to go, what to say, what to do. And wherever she does, you guys don't know as you have long walked away from that scene by the time she reacts in any capacity.
Solving parental problems. Stealth 5.
When did we become Big Brother material? Like, what the fuck?
When did that happen?
Yeah, like the dude who doesn't know anything and the dead guy. Okay.
Or don't point out the dead guy who also had no parents.
That's even worse. I didn't have any parents either.
So how did we end up doing this?
I don't know.
Fucking hell, guys.
We are quite possibly the worst people
The
to be
worst
offering
two
any kind
people
of
to give advice. Why is it always me? Why is it always Calanthir and fucking Joel that get together to do the worst fucking things? We got interrogation and then we got family matters. What's next?
I don't think that was interrogation. I think that was pure torture. But we both
Yeah, okay,
enjoyed
fair.
it.
That was torture, but we'll call it interrogation.
A little polite thing just to...
It was a polite inquiry.
A civil conversation was had.
Yeah, civil conflict, you know.
But where are you guys off to? Are you guys off to anywhere in particular? Are you doing anything now that you've left?
I think
Miss
unless
Silverson behind?
anyone has anything they want to do here, I think we were going to get ready to head back to El Capital.
I'll catch up with the Mirage unit. I'll leave Twilight Company and find out where the Mirage unit are.
They will have came back on a boat last night along with Hex to help them. So you'll find them in the Rose, whatever it's called, tavern. I can't remember what the fuck it's called at this point. The tavern in So Lockwood. It's the Rose something, I'm pretty sure. I can't be bothered putting my notes at this point, I'm too lazy. But if you do find them all gathered around a table, but more importantly, you do find all of them, plus X, are sat around the table.
All of them, as in like the two dead.
That passed.
Or, okay, they're up and
Hex revivified them.
nice.
One last night, one this morning after arrest.
I will pull up a seat next to Hex, but obviously with the whole Mirage unit. Sit down, and before anybody else says anything, I'll just look at Hex and go, "Well, that's another one for the middle then."
Fuck off of that shit. I
Hey.
just did what was right.
Here once more, beacon of hope.
Oh, fuck up. I'm once more a person who saw what the right thing to do was and had the abilities to do them.
And I'm thankful.
You
Appreciate
don't
it.
need to be. You weren't dead.
And then I'll look at the rest of them. And how are y'all doing?
Holding up. Duskill will answer. Obviously, as you know, that's our first proper, encounter. And it could have gone better. I'm not going to, sugarcoat it. We could, there's room for improvement. But we're all still here on the plus side. We've learned from our mistakes. And we will endeavour to do better.
He's all came back eventually, and I'll look at the two that passed.
They are very red in the face and not making eye contact.
So chalk up is a win. I know obviously it's a close one, but in the end, yous are all here having a drink together. And I tell you what, from experience, the next time you're in a situation, whatever Mirage unit gets up to next, you probably won't hesitate next time.
Amen to that. We figured out more than no. We did all the training in the world. We played war games with you. We did everything possible, but nothing quite marries up to an actual live situation. So to actually be in a proper fray, it was an eye-opener, in the good way. And like I say, we can now train harder, train better, learn more. So by the time that we do have the next fight, we don't need our friend Hex over here to keep us upright.
Well, Mirage Unit, mission successful in a way. Without your help, we wouldn't have got through that. We wouldn't have been able to end this stupid civil fucking war.
You're very more than welcome. They all at that point were sort of giving on your direction and raise their mugs up.
Ah, nah.
In your...
Just fucking drink. Have a good time. Take a few days off. I don't even care what... If Commander says anything, tell him I said it. I think I've technically got higher command over him now. I might need to check that out. Anyways.
You each count your badges and stripes.
Defender of the
No, of
throne.
course.
I think that's higher than a commander, right? I'll see.
It sounds like it.
Anyways. Relax.
You, of
Have time
course-
off. Have a good time.
We will. And you stay safe, because I'm going to guess you're not going to be relaxing. You're going to be doing... shit.
No rest for the wicked, they say.
A previous title drop. But no, of course, you do whatever you need to. Stay safe. And we'll see you again soon.
At some point. Yeah. I would imagine, unfortunately, the next time we see each other might be another battlefield.
We'll be ready for it this time.
No hesitations.
No hesitations.
And what about you, no nudge, Hex? What's your plans now?
Oh, fucking no, mate.
Well,
I might kick around with these guys for a little bit longer.
more than welcome
Unless
to.
you've got your
Well,
cleric back.
Emmeric's going to be taking us towards Pavmar again. I think he can take you as well.
I mean, my people are there, but what am I going to do? Out here, I'm doing something, making a difference.
Up to you.
You guys said you're going to keep my people safe.
Yep.
So I'm entrusting him to you. So if you're going back to the capital, you look after him then.
Yep.
I'm going to stay out here and do people and stuff
And wear that fucking medal.
on weekends.
No, all the time.
From 7 p.m. onwards.
12 p.m. Noon.
Noon. Afternoon teas onwards.
That's different in different countries. So we'll say 3.
Time zones are fucking different in different countries. 3 o'clock somewhere else, innit?
Yeah, but 3 o'clock
idiot.
onwards.
3 p.m. this time onwards.
Yes. Fine.
Great.
Deal.
Takes the badge off.
I'll put my hand out. Deal?
She shakes your hand.
Okay.
Deal. But she sort of looks left and right. Can I pull you aside for just a hot minute, if that's all right?
Sure. Excuse us.
She stands up and again, get all 7 foot of her, towers in front of you, and then walks off to the side and finds a quiet spot on the tavern. And she turns around. You can see she's now got quite a genuinely concerned look on her face. Was that genuinely Joel that came back?
Yeah, it is. It's complicated.
How?
The
She was
Raven
dead and
Queen.
you burned the body.
The Raven Queen.
Right.
Joel's... I don't know if you want to say he has a title now, but you could probably say he's the champion of the Raven Queen.
Make an insight check.
Right, 16 on die. Give me a second, because I closed down my stats for some stupid reason. Say, so that's 22.
22. I'm gonna message you something. Very weird. Chat myself for just 2 seconds.
So guys, funny weather we're having. It's actually warm outside.
That's what I said.
Horrific. Horrific.
What do you mean horrific?
Too warm.
It's like 10 degrees.
Bro, it is way too
Yeah.
warm.
Too
Way
warm.
too warm.
How hot actually
Well-
is it? What, like 17?
18, I think.
I mean, right now it's saying it's 17 degrees. So it'll probably be none in
Too warm,
20s
my
earlier.
ass.
All right, engine
telling
room
you.
boy.
No,
like,
no,
shut
I'm
up,
just saying.
bro.
No, not the engine room. Just come work with me in Panama.
Oh,
I
God,
would.
Yeah,
I would love to.
Panama. Yeah, of course.
Or better yet, come this winter, come with me to Australia. It's the height of their summer.
Maybe not Australia. You're burnt alive.
35 degrees, no cloud, 65% humidity at that time of year.
Oh, I've got a message.
I'm gonna die. I'm too pale.
Well,
All
I
right.
mean, that's. It is what it is, I guess, but you'll probably be happy to have him back. Though, from what you said, your relationship specifically was a little bit, with Joel, but
Yeah, me and Joel butt heads, but that's just because these characters got. I respect it, to be honest with you. He stays true to who he is, and he still is, even after death and whatever shitty fucking situation he's in now.
well, you might want to find out what he went through. You don't know if you've got a damaged soldier next to you.
We'll figure that out, I guess. Right now we have Joel back. Then there's a lot more things on the way.
Evidently so, my boy. But enough about that. Just wanted to just make sure I wasn't seeing shit, or you've had some clarification, whatever. Again, I'll be sort of just kicking around. Probably these guys, in all fairness. You seem like a good bunch until you need me, or
I'm sure
whatever.
we'll come across our paths once more. I've got a funny
think so.
feeling you're not done with helping us out.
Maybe one day I'll see you again then.
For sure. And if I don't, take care of your people. Good luck back to your homeland, Rio. And
Thank you.
I hope you manage to get your people back on track again.
We'll see what happens. Time will tell. It always does. Just depends if you like the answer or not, innit?
Well, 3 p.m. onwards.
3 p.m. onwards, I promise.
Speaking of hope.
Speaking of hope.
Take care, Hex.
And you, Falcourse. And she gives you a big, heavy
Yeah.
hand on the shoulder.
I'll do the old
Wrist to wrist. thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll head
And as
back
you do that-
towards oh sorry, you go.
Oh, because as you do that, she does put you in for that, it's a half hug sort
Yeah.
of thing. That's a quick little.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. And
And
as you leave immediately, you can tell
Mhm.
that she turns around with her back to you, pulls a great sword off her back, and starts whispering into the hilt again, as she always does when she prays or whatever it may be.
do I know what god she worships?
I think she told you Lathander.
The Thunder, that was right, so it was. I've got a note of it somewhere.
I'm pretty
I-
sure you did. Yeah, you knew that, yeah.
I'll go back to the Mirage unit. I would spend a little bit of time with them, just not like 10 minutes or so. And then
literally, photo goodbyes and that sort
yeah,
of shit, basically.
just and then as I'm going, is Fen there?
Fen is there, yep.
I'll pull Fen aside
Hi.
just before I leave. Come on, Fen. I need to talk to you. I bet you fucking enjoyed that out there.
Oh man, it was chaos. Did you see that shit? Oh, they were like, pew pew, and Ty was like, ugh, wizard shit, and I was like, get that. Phew. It was mental. But
Yeah.
we did it.
You did do it, yeah. Take care of that lot. They're still
What will
young.
do? Always have.
Yeah. And we're actively looking for Bucky.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how much you know, but Commander has put people out there. We're worried. We've been to the Shadowfell again, and Bucky's obsessed with finding traces of the Shadowfell.
Right.
The Queen was also part of that.
Oh
So-
fuck.
Yes. So we're
Oh,
trying
for
to
gosh,
find.
that's not good at all. He could become a terrorist. He could become enemy of the state. He's a good man. He doesn't deserve that shit.
I know. And I promised. I put a promise to Kelagorm. If he was ever a threat to us or the people again, I would take him down.
Whoa, of course. When you say take down,
I will try to make sure it's not lethal.
But with Kelgorm next to you and when his family's involved, I don't...
I understand it. His family's involved.
I don't like that promise at all.
I know.
I like the open-endedness of it.
I know.
It makes me
Ben.
very uncomfortable.
Ben, I know. I will do everything I can. You know that.
You better.
Bucky's a brother to me. I looked after Bucky during our time.
And me too.
So if you do come across any traces, because I know you're good at tracking as well, get the word to me. The sooner we can get Bucky under control, the better.
Yeah. Okay, I will do.
Right. Take care of yourself then. And I'll lean down and give her a massive hug.
Proper uppies hug sort
Yeah.
of thing.
And look after them. Like I said, they're young. Not young in age, I mean young as an experience. They're still
Not a
developing.
problem. We got them going. We popped their cherry last night. Now it's just a case of seeing what the big bad world can offer.
Yeah, well, I've got a funny feeling the big bad world is going to be offering fucking quite a lot
it's-
soon.
It's fucking awful out there. But that's why I love my job, because we make it better.
Exactly. That's a good attitude to have. I'll tell you what. I've not seen Silvery in a bit, but I'll try and give him a hug for you. Yeah, no. That's why I
Goggles.
said try.
You can try. But wear goggles.
So, yeah. I was going to say Taylor. Lavender. Lavender's been taking good care of him.
I knew she would. She's a good heart.
Yeah, she is. She is indeed. Right, Fen, I need to go.
Okay. Well, it's
Until
always nice
next
seeing
time.
you again.
Yeah, for sure. Come here, one more, and I'll give her another hug.
Hey.
Happy.
Her little arms can barely reach around your shoulders as you hug her. And then you pop her down again. Right, see you later then.
See you later, little one. And I'll start heading off.
I'm sorry, little one.
Don't do that shit.
I'll start heading off. I'll go by the Mirage unit table, and as I'm going by the captain again, I'll just stop and say, good luck on next missions. I know you've got it. I know it's hard. I know you lost 2, but they're back. Look at it that way. You're all together again.
I appreciate that, but you keep wishing me good luck. I think you're gonna overfill my bucket of it.
Well, you might need it. I don't know where the fuck's next, to be honest with you. It's gonna be hard.
Who does?
But
But if
you
ever
enjoy
need
it.
help, reach
You-
out.
Yeah, you enjoy your time as well. Don't just think it's just for them.
I will. Trust me, I will.
Well, Captain, I'll be seeing you.
Indeed, Captain. Au revoir.
See you later. And I'll head out the door and start heading towards back to the party.
No worries. You return back to the party. Whilst Farcoris is the party, is there anything else you guys would like to do as a team?
For me, I'm just kind of getting ready to get teleported back home.
No worries. Oh, you're just expecting a teleportation after you fucking
Oh, of course.
zoned him.
Yeah.
How presumptuous you are. You turned down his offer of night sex and you just went, oh, fuck it. I still need you to teleport me.
Turn us up from night sex.
Fun fact: Ghost is going to get teleported outside of the city, while everybody's going to be in the throne room.
He did say to meet him in his room, so I'm hoping he's hopeful and gets in there safely.
So give it time. We'll see. Falcoris comes over, and Joel finds a big fuck off moth in his room. But as you are all, you okay, Joel?
The voices have gotten too loud.
I just suddenly started hearing Billy Joel.
Your time's come. Goodbye,
This is
Kilo.
it. The party gates await. St.
This is
Peter
how-
sitting there with Billy Joel waiting for you.
Billy Joel is the Reaper now.
This is how the Grim Reaper approaches to the sound of Uptown Girl.
He's got the maddening rot still over for him.
He's got that thing right. That's it.
Reaper's
I
just
just
sitting there with a
suddenly
boombox.
I just suddenly heard very loudly. I think someone
Adam,
started playing it and then realized their
I-
speaker was too
I
loud.
accidentally summoned Maddening Rot in real life. I wrote it down so it'd be true.
Well, carry on.
But as you all
I hope
Let's
I'm
see.
not going insane.
wait for Falcorus to come back, eventually he does. Excuse me. Emmerich was with you guys as well. And if you ask very nicely, he will teleport you to Pavmar. We'll save the sake of brevity.
I'll ask nicely.
You ask very nicely. When you ask it, he pauses, but then agrees. But you guys are usual hand around the campfire sort of bullshit, and before you know it, you are and find yourselves in the throne room of one capital city, Pavmar, inside the Rising Shire Palace. So let me get I don't have the right music for that, so again, you are in the throne room proper. You can all see again all the people around you, as per usual, stunned that you've entered, but with Emmerich sort of doing this and being obviously now as part of the which got the royal party, so to speak, they're used to now people coming into this room in that style. Not many people are coming in as once, with obviously you guys accompanying Emmerich, but they're used to the actions. And no one really bats an eyelid, ultimately, as you guys enter. Fuck is it?
So, is the room quite full? What people?
Not too many people. You know,
Okay.
a couple of guards that are always positioned in this throne room, of course they are. But no one, you know, like, you see that maybe one or two nobles on the other side of the room gazing over paperwork galore. Knowing that you know it to be of utter importance. There it is.
It's my family there.
Not that you can see right now, no,
No.
not in this room.
Okay.
The fam is not present.
Family not here.
Sad
Nice.
times. Imagine having family.
Jesus.
Jesus,
Actually, yeah, half the party technically doesn't. Yeah.
Like, I made a rogue with a healthy relationship with some members in their family.
I wouldn't
Not
call
because
what
don't
you've
ask
got
me,
healthy.
I killed
You've
them.
got like you've got a healthy relationship with like two of them.
That's 50%.
Isn't one of them in your dungeon?
Yeah, like that. This is the healthiest relationship Elro's had with his father in a long while.
To be fair, it's the
Well,
healthiest
he's locked in the
relationship in
dungeon.
the whole party, so we can't
Yeah.
really. One was secretly leading a whole creed after going missing for however many years while her father's dead. The other is just a big cat who doesn't have any family. The other was experimented on and turned into whatever he is because he was raised by a religious techno cult. And Falcorus was raised in a pub that burned down, so, you know, through no fault of any party members' actions.
I think that was the fault of somebody's. But I was raised.
Thank you.
I was raised by my mother. Of course, I was raised by his mother, and the dwarves as well. They helped out. It was pretty healthy.
Lord
The
help.
father's a little bit different story, but that's a whole different thing.
Everybody's got trauma, huh? Apart from the fucking rogue. Strength.
Yeah.
That's why he gave him trauma and killed his brother.
How that worked. Yeah.
It seemed like a too happy a backstory.
Yeah. A
Why
rogue
is
without
never
trauma.
like the D&D character
powerful.
who's like, he's not traumatized or anything, he's just on the party because he wanted to have a bit of fun. Like, there's never just, well, I wanted to sign up, but I thought it would be funny. There's no characters like that. It's always, my family was murdered. It's like, good God.
I'm seeking vengeance. But you all enter again the throne room. The second you guys land, Emmerich takes a second to gather the surroundings, obviously immediate. Right, friends, I am going to go get changed. This outfit is thoroughly ruined, and I need to correct that urgently. I can't have people here seeing me like this, so I'll see you all later. He casts invisibility upon himself, so indeed no one can see him like this, and leaves the room. You think. Oh, it's
So
protect Emmerich. I love that fucking guy.
We should probably set heading. Where to next? reading about the maddening rot, finding out it was fungal in nature. It might be worth reaching out to. Don't know if you remember Emas, that drow we met at the start of our adventure. Seeing
One
if
in
the
the
Underdark
Underdark?
know it. Yeah. Maybe we're seeing if they know anything about it. I'm sure they have some weird mushrooms down there.
Uncle Grumpkin approves of weird mushrooms.
Uncle Grumpkin is on so many of those right now.
Uncle Grumpkin is actually in our campaign somewhere. We're gonna
Yeah.
find him one day.
Brother
Just-
Nature is well.
Brother
Apparently.
Nature
Yeah, we
is
know Brother
legit-
Nature is,
Brother Nature
Yeah.
legitimately is in this campaign somewhere.
which is terrifying.
You should all be afraid.
Yeah, the idea that that beast is just around.
That beast, that predator.
He is an apex predator, let's be honest.
Joel, fucking Brother Nature is the top of his respective circle. He's established his own food chain in the forest, and he's at the top. The fact that he doesn't speak, he just stares at everything with his dick hanging out. It's just like what makes it more terrifying. It's like the whole parents waking up to the child standing in the door frame. It's like that. Someone does something, but they turn around. Brother Nature's just this 6'5" naked drow standing there.
Slight breeze swinging it.
Oh Jesus. That's IR after dark, that's what that is. Jesus.
Yeah, after dark, yeah.
That's Brother Nature 24/7.
Sorry.
That's all I can really think of. If anyone else had any other leads or approaches.
When was the last time we all checked on the little band of bandits?
When
Band
after
of
the
bandits.
Thunderbrand?
The Razor fucking whatever they were?
Thunderbrands?
That's it.
We had to work on north. I mean,
Well, I've got a bit of time right
that's
now.
better.
We don't know what's happening with the Shadowfell invasion anymore. I've not got a lot of info on that. But we do have a bit of time, so we could head north.
To deal with the
Okay.
Thunderbrands.
Well, Belgorm here's in search for lost property.
It would be good to have.
Yeah.
Hello.
I go and find the person who I asked to look for individuals who might be good to replace Galanthir.
You can certainly do so. Takes you a hot minute to wander the many palace halls, find yourself walking down the same corridor twice, sort of thing. In the maze and labyrinths that are these elaborate southern buildings. Why the fuck this have a single tent is beyond you. There's no need for this brickwork and fanciness. But eventually, you do find, the noble that you did request to seek out a new individual to replace you, effectively, for a blunt term. They will inform you that they have found someone. They have reached out, and by all accounts, they should have an answer, if not the individual, if they accept, in a couple of days.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, with that, what I'll do is I guess I'll ask the name of them so that I can inform them of what's happening or something like that.
Yes, absolutely. So you obviously request. They have to take a quick second to go through their paperwork, and the only name they give you is Mr. Alich. Alatich. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I do apologize to the NPC. Mr. Alatich is all you're getting from that one.
Okay, fair enough. And I'll return because, to be fair, I don't know whether it doesn't really matter where they go for as far as Calanthier is saying, unfortunately.
I will say as well, if at any point, Calanthius, whilst we have you in the scene right now, if this for the scene, if you go to your bed and that sort of stuff, when you go to your room to hang your hat up at the end of the day, whatever it may be, you will find in your bed chambers on top of your bed is a sealed envelope, and if you open it, there is a ticket for an airship inside, redeemable at any point to your Southbourne.
Aw. Okay, that's very kind. That's nice. I don't have to spend money of the gold I've amassed by not spending anything.
You've seen that it has been written by. You can tell by the handwriting written by Elena that basically you can at any point to a ship that is going in that direction, you have free passage to get onto that airship and make it to a Southbourne.
Can I
Perfect,
catch
thank
up
you.
with Calanthier if I can?
Certainly, obviously that's at the end of the day. Calanthe will get the letter,
I was
but
wondering when you were gonna fucking talk to me.
I'm gonna say you just said nothing at the tent.
You're just sitting there saying nothing, so like.
Yeah. I'll
Yes,
eventually catch up.
Calanthe, as you're coming away from getting this name, as you're trying to find your way back, Falcoris, you and he cross paths.
Why the fuck do all the walls look the same? Oh, hello.
I can't fear. You mind if we talk for a little bit?
You know, I had a feeling you might want to speak with me before I left.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, I want you to do your goals, and whatever I can do to help, I will. But selfishly as well, we need you. If a Shadowfell invades tomorrow and you're gone,
Well, unfortunately, you have an army behind you, and you have Joel, and you have Lavender, and you have Kelligorm, and Emric.
and missing our big
Tabor
upfront
and
cap.
them have nothing.
I understand. I do.
They don't know how to fight. If the Shadowfell invade, that is a problem for everyone. So I will come back.
Like I said, it was a selfish thing. The unselfish part. What about Alvindir? What happens if he pops up again?
Well, part of that is that I feel that by going back to Southon, I can get a little bit more in touch with what is happening. I haven't said it, but I don't know. There's something else in the blood. It is not of blood magic, but it is some kind of energy that I feel might help. But I need time to work with it, and being away from the fight, I might be able to tame my occasional outbursts, to say the least. If he does come back, the only thing is that I know for a fact that he is stuck wherever he may be. He needs my aid, so he moves at my pace.
And you're sure you're going to be alright without us? Be able to handle it by yourself?
Last time I checked, I don't think Southon is going to be invaded like Lorenthal or the Shadowfell will be.
I mean, not initially.
I'd like to think I'm sure Emric will be on standby, per se, if that does happen, but I will train them. I'll have to. And I'll keep, matching your pace.
And
eventually I will, of course, come back, but I think I should be fine. The worst thing is the south one is Yetis, which I don't like them, but they're not exactly scary.
no
Not
offense,
anymore, at
but
least.
I don't think the Yetis are going to be a problem for you.
No, I don't think so either.
And there's no way I can convince you to stay with us.
If I had the choice of doing either, I would. I promise you, I would. But if I do not go, I don't think they'll survive the winter. Not the real winter of a South one.
I understand. And I respect it. So, How far does gold go with your economy up there?
Well, I mean, I'm not really sure. I need to work on it. I have 1,300 though.
It's not much, but take 100 off me.
No.
Yes. And there's there's no arguing. You're taking 100 off me. And you know what? See, when you do come back, if you still got the 100, you can give me it back.
Fine. Okay. I will gladly do that, but you fucking better accept it back.
We'll see in the situation.
Fair enough. And I will I'll hold out my arm, sort of, not for like a handshake, more for that sort of like arm grab type.
Yeah.
Yo, let's bro it out.
As to that, I will say, and if you do need me up there, or any of us, get the word out. We'll come. I still want to come up and see what you're building.
Oh, I wouldn't have it any other way, friend. You're a part of it. I wouldn't be able to build what I am building without you. You are all considered lords and ladies. I think that is better than kings. I don't know. In my court.
In your world, I'm sure it will be.
It sounds cooler. I don't know. King. Lord.
But don't depreciate yourself. You could have done this with ours. Might take you a bit longer. You would have definitely made it.
No, I think I know I wouldn't. There's something pretty special about this group, and whoever replaces me, this Eletich individual, well, like read the thing he sent me, he's given me. I'm sure he will be equally as lucky. Just make him feel welcome.
I mean, you know what like our group is. You'll see what a like it is. You'll either run or you'll love it. It's one of the two.
Like Hex.
Yeah. Like X. But I wish you all the best, Galvia.
And you as well, my friend.
Again, at some point I'll come up and see what you've built, and hopefully we can come and you've got everything sorted and everything's going smoothly.
There will be a nice, I think we'll, just give me a forewarning. I'd like to do a Yeti hunt.
A Yeti hunt? Is that like one of your traditions? Is that something you do on a weekend? Like, what's your...
It will be.
Oh, nice. Okay. I guess
For
football
context,
better learn
Yeti's
quick.
kind of like... For context, as far as I know, Yetis basically are the natural predator of everything there.
Yeah.
Oh.
They are the apex, yeah.
Well,
Except for Brother Nature.
yeah.
I'm just gonna sit there and change it. Brother Nature is just freezing his nips off in his southpaw.
Imagine that, like, imagine you're in the camp, you look up just to see Brother Nature suplex a Yeti off the mountain.
The unexplained cryptid of Southvon is Brother Nature.
You look up and he's like doing like the Batman kneeling pose on the mountain.
With the moonlight silhouette, you can still
Yeah, I was
see
going
Junk
to-
gagging.
I was going to say something else, but you know what?
You look in the ground and you see his shadow, and then the shadow just gets longer.
No, not your shadow getting longer, bro.
No,
It's
that
like
is the
Pinocchio.
fair.
It grows when orcs are nearby.
Jesus Christ.
Points always to an orc.
It grows when there's a fight to be had. There's a Yeti nearby.
Anyway,
Yes.
The most flawless Yeti detector in the world. Because it's never hidden.
I hate the Brother Nature of
Oh,
existence.
Jesus.
Someone do a
What a-
fan art of
what
that,
a
like an
lovely
NSFW.
moment.
Like,
What a lovely
just
moment.
a naked
Just
fully erect
demolished.
An artist
naked-
here.
Absolutely burned to the ground.
Taylor, can you draw Brother Nature for us?
No, I think this is better for just to be in your imagination. Artist them, in your
I don't
mind.
think my imagination does him justice.
I need a Brother Nature suplex and yeah, he's starting soon screen.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Fully
I'm not
erect.
making that.
Anyway, Falcoris and Clanthea, is there anything else you guys like to
Yeah, I would
say in this
just
scene?
be just saying football, but learn quick then.
He wasn't bad with the sword, to be fair.
Oh, we went
He
through a
could have
trauma.
been worse. He got a good hit in.
I'm sure he'll learn quick with you. Anyways, when do you set off?
Good question. Probably first thing in the morning.
That quick?
Well, light is burning, and apparently, according to Fubor, I have a lot of shit to do.
That's fair. Oh, yeah. Make sure you come down for breakfast first.
Of course.
Yeah.
It is the least I can do and let you, get a proper send off. Instruments, whatever. I'm expecting a lot, I'll be honest.
I mean, yeah. Okay, I'll try and get balloons.
I want those old style, like regal, like the really long trumpets used to have medieval time with the flag hanging off it. I want like 8 of them.
Shit, I didn't think of this.
I
You
think
did
I'm
spring
getting
this
good
on
at-
us. I'm just saying, Calafia. Right.
I think I'm getting good at this this sarcasm thing.
Anyways, I'll see you in the morning then.
Good night, good night, Falcor.
Wait, hang on a minute.
I know your names.
Just because I'm Elven, right? Half
I know your
Elven,
names.
doesn't mean I'm the same as him.
You did really well today, Joel. Don't worry.
Oh, for fuck's sake! And I'm just gonna walk away.
No problem. Ending that scene, whilst you basically have you guys have this day to hang in the palace or whatever else may be. Is there anything anybody else would like to do as the day draws?
Can I go find Emmerich?
Certainly, you chap on his chamber door. And is this in the evening sort of thing? You're trying to find him, or is this?
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll skip forward in time a wee bit. So you come to the evening, and you wrap your knuckles against Emmerich's chamber door, and you hear, "Just a moment," and then only a few seconds later, the door opens slightly. Good evening.
Hi.
Please come in.
Okay. I want to apologize about earlier.
Don't. It's it's fine. It was
Kind of
foolish.
caught me off guard. I didn't realize you felt that.
I thought I gave stronger hints before, so I apologize. And if I overstepped mark, I am exceptionally sorry.
Don't worry. I just my heart belongs to another.
That's absolutely, of course, understandable, and I don't want to. Let's forget that happened. We don't want to get in the way of what we have now.
Of course.
Thank you. But you need magical help.
Just want
So
to get.
what do you know so far? What's your understandings of the arcane in your own self?
I have the ability to make things invisible,
Like you did with me.
and
Give it a demonstration, but forget everything else right now. Let's focus on the one. Make yourself invisible for me.
I do that.
You cast invisibility. And we'll say for the sake of flavor text, so you cast invisibility, but you now and again shimmer. You stay like invisible per se, but now and again your outline would shimmer, sort of thing, giving away your location, even though you're still transparent. Okay, I see what's happening here. And he will then walk you through how to cast invisibility, because you've been doing wanting the invisibility to work, sort of thing, which it will do, but without the taming, which is what hand gestures and vocal components do. They shackle and tame the actual arcane. So he will then spend time with you doing wherever it is you need him to help, moving your hands, learn the gestures until by the end of the evening, without burning fucking a million spell slots, you can cast invisibility on yourself. Well, as the spell's intended.
And then the only other thing I've kind of been working with is oh god, I actually need to look up what this does. That other spell I got
I
my
have
shadow
plenty of
touch.
books. I have plenty of books. Take your time.
Uh, uh, I'll just grab a piece of paper and cast illusionary script on it.
Oh. A devious little. I used that quite a few times myself to get out of many things. When I was a student, you'd be surprised the amount of teachers just to think a basic spell like that isn't getting used by students to get out of studying. It's quite fantastic. Underrated, in my opinion.
I feel like, I mean, I'm pretty good at forging things myself, but if I'm on a little bit of a short notice, this
Mm-hmm.
could be quite useful.
Completely agree, especially in our lines of work, respectively, of course.
What were the books that you had?
Just my collection of the arcane over the years. I've got beginning 101. I've got specializations in the various different schools of magic I've collected. Diaries and memoirs of arcanes and arcanists. Headmaster's studies. Enough to
Sure.
fulfill any slot.
Can I borrow one?
By all
Would that
means.
be okay?
Take your
I
time.
just want to look for like the equivalent of a magic child's book, you know?
So what you will find is, again, not a child's book per se, but literally like for people like beginning students. Like this book was meant for like 10-year-olds who roll into a magical school sort of thing, like you know, primary school textbook for magic. He pulls out and he's like, I do think that's you're a bit better than that, but of course, basic steps. Start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
It's
my
just-
first proper student. Did I ever
Yeah.
tell you they tried to make me a headmaster in Horizon?
You did, and honestly, I imagine it would have been so much less stressful than the job you
It
have now.
was so shittily boring though.
Of course. I was wondering if you could do me another favor.
Of course.
You know how to scry?
Mm-hmm.
Could you scry someone for me?
I could try. Whom?
I know this will help, and I'll pull out the threat that the creed left me that has Quinn's blood on it.
Okay.
The
Author or victim, he says.
victim.
Right away.
It's,
You.
her name's Quinn. But I haven't heard from her in a long while, and I haven't seen her, but this is her blood, if that helps.
It helps a lot. It really increases the chance of me being able to find her. Bear with me. And he takes time to basically prepare himself. He clears a little space on the floor and he sits down, crisscross applesauce, and he closes his eyes with the letter in his hand. And you swear as he begins to cast, but you always watch him like, you know, astral project himself for a split second. A shimmer of his own self seems to rise out and slip back into himself. And he goes quiet. And he sits there for maybe only 60 seconds, but it's a long 60 seconds for you. You're sort of sitting there, you know, waiting for him to say something, even move an inch, until finally his eyes open, his head slowly relaxes. Lovely company you keep. She's drunk in a bar. Taurus, I believe it looked like.
Okay.
Not
Sure.
causing trouble. Drinking alone. Hard to tell her expression because she's very inebriated.
Okay. She so she can maybe tell from the letter. I don't know if you took a quick skim of that.
No.
She fell victim to the Creed quite a while back,
Ah,
and kind of changed her a little.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm glad, in all fairness, on that note, to see the Creed be dealt with finally. And hopefully acts like your friend will be behind things of the past. And if she is worried about them, you should reach out to her and maybe help put those demons back in the hills they belong, instead of living in her head.
I plan to. Haven't been able to find her for a long while.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Taurus is the dive you need to find.
Thank you.
You're always more than
So-
welcome, friend.
This is a gift. I'll
One
pay
of
it back
many,
one
I
day.
hope.
Definitely. And I'll get up to leave.
Just keep practicing, and you'll be as powerful wizard as I one day.
Thanks.
Good evening.
Shut the door behind me.
Elleril. The door closes behind. Anybody else? Any plans for this evening? No?
No.
I like to think of Joel just powered down exactly where we teleported in. Just
Joel's got a USB plugged into the wall.
You need to charge your Joel. But no, we'll say the night then draws in, you all find again once more your again the end pad where you have your own chambers effectively. Excuse me. And sleep comes. Joel, as you try to sleep, you toss and you turn mentally, not physically, of course.
I'm just tossing all night.
You are wrestling with your mind, and it's just that underlying sense of anxiety that just won't go away. You don't know where it came from. You've been fine all day, but it's like that traditional thing, like when the activity of the day died down and the brain is just left to do its own thing. It starts speaking, it starts blabbing, and you are just a nervous wreck. And you can't just shake this feeling that something's wrong. That's all it is. You do get your 8 hours sleep, but something just feels wrong.
Okay.
Did you forget something? Don't know. Feels like you,
As,
it feels like you,
as an
it feels
army
like you-
marches through my room.
I know. You just feel like you forgot something. That's it.
I dismissed the soldiers. I got his notes.
No, you did. You did all of that. And everything that the doctor asked you to do, you've done. You remember everything you did this morning and today? You didn't have anything else to do. The Creed's dealt with. But just something feels missing.
Is this like a subtle hint? Am I supposed to have a moment of realization here?
There's just... Joe feels that something's
This is
missing.
like when teachers are telling me like the process of doing something. They're waiting for me to. And I'm like,
Fish meme.
So, yeah. Waiting
Lavender.
for it to click.
You go to sleep quite happily, in all fairness. Elleril, you do the exact same. Nighttime finds you and you maybe a little bit embarrassed with Emmerich, but you know, you've cleared things up and you're practicing and that sort of stuff, your magic abilities, so everything's okay there. Falcoris, you drift off. Can't help but think what's going to happen with the Mirage unit, maybe. You know, these new adventures that they're going to go on and the things that you've been through and what's coming up next. Your usual trying to be one step ahead of life attitude that you have when you try and plan and prepare. Calathir, you equally find bed and sleep and rest, but as you are drifting off, you feel a presence invade and take over. Find me deep in the wood.
I reply, or is it just like one way type deal?
You can try to reply.
Just when I choose, and that's it.
The voice goes silent. And you find a very restful sleep after. You'll wake up in the morning, refreshed and happy to be here in a nice palace instead of a dirt track road or a muddy pit somewhere. It's quite nice to be in a palace once more. As per usual, a lovely breakfast is prepared and ready for yourselves. Excuse me. And Calanthe, if you don't mind me saying, I'd say you pack your bags a bit more than you would normally. What the fuck is that? Your bag's on fire! Put it out! Jesus!
The axe got
army
very
marching through.
angry. The axe got very angry.
I do apologise. I thought I had it on loop. So we went from palace corridors to tavern on fire, incidentally.
Of course, he's got PTSD.
I was just saying, Falcor's flashbacks. Just
Literally.
Just Clyde's go, oh god, Joel, not again. Come on, man. Jesus.
No, you do.
It wasn't me this time.
You pack your bags. Again, a little bit deeper than what you normally would. A little more
Bar
full.
the everything in the I will keep out my axe and my and the bag of holding.
Mhm.
And go
Perfect.
to breakfast.
You make your way down to breakfast, as we say. And you'll find, I'd probably say with your packing, that sort of stuff, you're probably the last to come down in the morning. But you are reunited and say your good mornings and all that sort of nice stuff.
I
Good
mean,
morning.
I think Falcoris is the only one that knows that you're actually leaving in the morning.
And down
Well,
with
we're
the
all aware
bag.
he's prepared to leave.
Oh.
Don't leave. Don't leave, kitten. Daddy will be angry.
He's gonna walk away right now. He's gone. He's left.
He's not saying goodbye anymore.
he saw Joel say that unironically and left. He's cut the alliance. It's done.
It's dead.
So do we all go downstairs, see Calanthe, bags packed?
Mm-hmm.
With Fubor somewhere. I imagine
Yeah,
I'm just
Fubor's
dragging him
fine, yeah.
along.
Yeah, you would have found Fubor and he's waiting with you.
I guess this is that.
For now, don't be so sad, Lord. Not so
I know.
dramatic. Look at Fubor. Is this like a non-fur thing?
No, we're free from, if you were saying goodbye, it means, unless we're dying, it's fine. I'll see you again. It's not forever a goodbye. This is just a sudden thing.
Nah, strange.
It is. Everything's so sad and sentimental with these folk.
We will probably be following in that, if you know that right, Fubor.
Of course, of course.
Just make sure you send word when you arrive.
Of course, I imagine fucking Emmerich is going to
I
either
will be-
randomly appear or certainly bug me with letters.
My dear, I will be in touch always. I want updates. Both, I will not in genuine. I will be in touch politically anyway to see how the House of Iron's going as a new ally to Pavma. I will literally be in touch. But I will also be personally attaching letters to them, of course, which I'd love you to read, please.
I don't think you're going to not allow me to. I'm sure you would hex the letters if I didn't read them.
I would cast the fuck out of a spell on you if you didn't read them.
See? Alright then. Well, first, Falcorus.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it. Honor it. Don't fucking lose it. And I'll give you the bag of holding.
Along with fucking
Or give
everything
it
else.
to
Hang
one of
on,
the
I'll
other
put it
fuckers.
on the tent. Oh, that's fine. Since I'm the only one here that can fucking carry everything.
Joel carrying nothing but his equipment.
And to you all, if you would be so kind, look after the axe. don't wield it. He's a bit of a dick.
I heard that.
But don't wield him. But if you can find this errant spirit, I'm sure he'll talk to you and fill you in. He yells a lot. Just ignore it till he calms down. Or laugh at him. That works as well. He is just an axe.
Don't tell them my weaknesses, boy.
Do you not want to hang on to it?
I mean,
I
you
think
don't
he
have-
would be exceptionally angry if I took him to a different continent where his sister definitely was not.
maybe we should say no.
We have no
I
idea.
guess I could take him with me and then post him back if there's nothing there.
No,
Yeah.
Royal Mail are awful. I'll get lost. Dungeons, parcel, dungeons.
Delivering parcels to dungeons. There you go.
He's
Actually,
sending me on
Dean-
Etsy.
Dungeons, parcels, and dragons is literally it.
Made a mold.
Don't 3D print me.
I put him in the bag of holding. Actually, that would probably piss him
You
off.
can
But
put in the bag of holding.
yeah, I'll
He's
just
an
chuck him in the bag
object.
of holding.
No.
Does that mean this? Oh well, we'll deal with him another time. Are you sure?
When I get back, I will. When I get back, if you haven't found his sister, I'll pick him up again.
Oh,
I
I'm
mean,
sure.
you don't have the short sword as well. Right.
The slash spear, yeah.
Yeah.
My old spear.
No,
Should
no,
I give that up? No.
No, you have the short sword for the
Yes,
Yeah, you just hold
the
it.
standard unenchanted, boring
got,
short sword.
no, it's got an ability on it, or the gem in it can capture.
Oh yes, the soul.
Phylactery.
Yeah, the phylactery. I'll take that one with me, but I'll leave
Yeah.
what I have for now. And oh, say bye, Fubor.
Goodbye, Fubor. I've been picking up humor down south. It's quite nice.
He's done good. He's done good.
But no, it's
But-
been a genuine pleasure meeting you all. Thank you again for your rescue of myself and the others that were taken. I will look after Calantheo, don't you worry.
He's just gonna look at him like, fucking what?
No
Scrawny
offense.
ass string bean.
Yeah, no offense, football, but he'll be looking after you.
You're probably right, in all fairness. I'm just trying to be nice.
Just
but
trying
no,
to stop him mauling any travelers on the road.
I will do my sincerest ability to uphold that promise.
He couldn't stop me if I wanted to.
I really couldn't, so it's
That's
a very
not
humble
reassuring.
promise. Have you seen the size difference, my friend?
So to Joel, I'll give a slight bow, sort of. To
He always give a
Elril.
very, very slight tilt of his head.
Yeah, that's
You
enough.
hear the
That's like a
melt.
medal of honor in terms of Joel's like shit. To fucking Elril, I will do like a royal or as close as I can get to as a royal
Oh.
bow.
Don't be ridiculous, Calanther. Come here. Arm out to do his classic.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Brownness going on.
I feel like you broke a bone in my wrist, but yeah.
We're not that strong, guys.
Rip
Yeah, but
Calathier.
If you think
I
this
got
guy's
7 save.
Rip Calathier.
he's got 10.
Here. So the dream of Calathier is gone.
Calathier's gone. They're just friends on each other.
That's right.
Look at me killing off all the ships today.
So
These
to
ships are sinking.
Lavender, he
terrible
will
D&D
like
boyfriend.
bow as well, and then just
Walk away.
if any of them fuck up, just shoot them in the back at least once, please. Just for me, yeah. Be funny to see that, or at least know it happened.
Oh,
And then
do you want this? I'll just pull out the pistol that I took from a couple sessions ago. I don't know if that'll be useful.
why would I want a hunk of metal without a blade?
See, he gets it.
We can
I mean-
kill the deer from further away, though. We can feed the village a bit easier from a distance, in all fairness, you know?
And
if he-
scare
what if he
away
strapped-
the 100 meters of other game. Just use a bow and arrow.
But what if
is
he
it
strapped
noisy?
a knife to the pistol?
I'm not running at
We
a
can-
deer. Are you
we can call
insane?
it a bayonet.
Is Joel trying to bring bayonet as a cannon?
Discovery of the bayonet.
Joel invents the bayonet cannon. As he's walking past a noble, goes, bayonets.
Knives on guns.
Just a Creed walks past. Oh, fuck, why didn't we think of that? And
Joel's
to,
trademarking the bayonet.
Fun fact: the reason why
Dude.
bayonet became a thing was because guns were powder loaded before, and obviously powder loading took time.
muskets.
Yeah. So
Joel
they were
can no
like, "Fuck!
longer
If somebody
eat,
rushes us, then what the
so-
fuck are we going to do? Well, we'll
You
stab
can't
them."
make a cook.
I
Makes
like how
sense.
like you had swords and they were like, man, I wish I could stab that guy over there. So they made guns to stab the guy over there. And they thought, man, I wish I could stab the guy over there when he gets closer because of the thing that shoots him.
Yeah, but now they've got automatic rifles, so they don't fucking need it. But you know,
You're saying, sorry,
Like
Taylor?
yeah.
Or Lavender?
Well, Joel
Whoever
can't
you
eat anymore, so he can't make a cookbook, so he has to make something else now.
Becomes
So
Weapons
now
of war.
a merchandiser.
Yeah.
Joel's gonna write the art of war. Joel is
Joel.
The art of Joel.
The art of
Joel-
Joel.
Joel couldn't become a head chef, so he became a fucking warmonger instead. Two very
That
different career
sounds-
paths.
To be fair, that
Joel's writing an
sounds about right.
autobiography.
Mhm.
His autobiography is gonna be From Begging to Pegging. A story of Joel's life.
This is some top tier merch ideas for IR. I'm not gonna lie. This is joke ones.
The begging to pegging joke notebook.
Yeah,
Available
notebooks.
Just picturing the covers like half and half face, his like normal human self, and then like his new
Yeah,
like raven.
In face. Jesus
It's like a
Christ.
crying child on one side and then the skull mask on the other.
Begging to
You can buy it as a bundle. You can get From Begging to Pegging with a bayonet and a cookbook all in one deal.
Oh Jesus
The
Christ.
premium collector's edition.
Collector's edition.
with a signed autograph from Joel himself. He just says "fuck off" at the bottom.
Fuck
Couple of
off.
photos from
I'm not
Joel's-
signing
couple
this many books.
It's actually a stamp that he made because he couldn't be bothered signing any of the books he made. Yeah.
There's a couple of photos in it from Joel's MasterChef cooking competition.
Finally, to Falcoris, I'll give my best salute. Just Captain.
No, not really. Come here, and I'll give him a hug.
Give it a try. Just a lovely bro pat on the back. And then I guess we'll leave. Yeah.
You guys watch as Count Fear and Fubor take their final leave, disappearing through the crowds of the Rising Shire Palace, fading out past your viewpoint. Clanthir, you walk with Fubor through these bustling streets of Pavmar, that's where we fucking are. You make your way through the hustle and bustle of the streets, and you find yourselves getting closer to the Skyport, the place you arrived at. I just closed the fucking tab. That's annoying. Bear with me. I pressed the button. You find yourself approaching the Skyport. You can see from a distance these large balloon ships that come and go across, and again, identical to how you got here in the first place. You, with your ticket in hand, Fubor has his as well, equally paid for by the royals. Excuse me. You get to the ticket master, hand it over. He points you in the direction of one of the many tower docks. You climb the palace stairs, the tower stairs, all the way up to the very tippy top, and you see a large airship. It looks like your standard naval galleon, but instead of having sails, a large white and gold trim balloon is inflated above. Barrels and crates are being unloaded onto it. You can see passengers with their luggage. This isn't just going to the south one, this is doing a tour sort of system, with the south one being one of the drop-off points. You can see all these people of different races, sizes, ages, with different travel destinations in mind, all happy to be there. Some taking this as a luxury holiday cruise, some people going there for work purposes or adventure. You climb aboard, are allocated your room, which you and Fubor are sharing, and you sit and wait. A few days pass, which turns into a week, and you step outside, and you smile. You're cold. A very harsh wind blows against you, and immediately in your thick white fur, you can see little specks of snow getting caught in your fur. You're home. And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
It is good to be home.
What?
Weirdly enough.
Curveball.
I know, right? Jesus.
Ah. How long you been planning that one, traitor?
Since before Kilo got back.
Oh.
Are you leaving
Hot
us?
minute.
Not permanently, no. What do you mean, bro? I told you I'd have a replacement. What do you mean?
Yeah, but I don't know if replacement's just a replacement or if replacement means your second player character, you know?
You'll find out next week.
Yeah, you find out.
Speaking of which, tune in next week for the continuation of the story. Also, Monday night, I believe, Kilo, you and I are still good for that one. For Brothers Plate 3, our continuation of that game through. Andy, any sign-offs or...
Yes, the
Forward
Halfling
north.
Wizard followed. Thank you very
fantastic,
much
thank you.
for the follow. I hope you enjoy the content. Shadows We Fear streams generally every Friday. We also have Brothers Plate 3, which will be streaming on Monday. Our community manager's putting in a Discord and the link tree, so you can come and check us on all the socials and have fun with us in Discord. We do have other plans as well for different content. There is going to be more D&D coming. I will be hopefully bringing back Erzia, which is another homebrew campaign that I built. And then there's also a Curse of Strahd campaign in the works, DM'd by our lovely Scar. And then everything else we'll be announcing as we go. But yeah, definitely check it out. Come join us, and thank you very much for following.
Thank you so much. Are we raiding tonight, or... I can
No,
have
we're
everybody's
not
fucking
raiding
face?
tonight.
Beautiful. Well, in that case then, I'll let you all crack on with the evenings. So again, thank you so much to MLB players, as per usual, for telling the story with me. Thank you to you in chat for coming along, and again, thank you for the follow. And we will see you on Monday. Cheers, guys. Enjoy your nights.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey.
What a